What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Nick Moseder here, and while the Democrats and Chuck Schumer have tried to hold the country hostage and use human suffering as political leverage for 38 days now, the longest shutdown in American history, Donald Trump just pulled a power move and gave them exactly what they deserve. You are not going to want to miss this one, but first, click like and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And if you want to support this channel, go to MyPillow.com, enter promo code Nick, and you'll get free shipping off everything site-wide, including the mattress topper, which is next on my to-do list. I got the towels, I got the sheets, but I'm going to get the mattress topper next because I heard Mike Lindell talk about it and the technology behind it and the story behind it, and I just have to have one. So you can get free shipping off even the more expensive products at MyPillow.com using promo code Nick, and it'll actually save you a lot of money if you really look at it. So anyways, let's talk about this because it's really funny. So here it is come Friday, right? And all the Democrats in the Senate are ready to go home, pack it up, kick their feet up, enjoy a long weekend, have some pizza, have some ice cream, watch some Netflix, get a phone call from George Soros, and take some bribe money to sell out the country some more. Chuck Schumer was really excited to go home and give a big smooch to his beautiful bride. This thing. And just before everybody packed up and went home, Trump hit him with this. The United States Senate should not leave town until they have a deal to end the Democrat shutdown. If they can't reach a deal, the Republicans should terminate the filibuster immediately and take care of our great American workers. So he said they shouldn't leave town until they have a deal, right? And then Senator Thune actually took him up on it.
Madam President, I ask unanimous consent that when the Senate completes its business today, it stand adjourned until 12 noon on Saturday, November the 8th, that following the prayer and pledge, the journal proceedings be approved today, the morning hour be deemed expired, the time for the two leaders be reserved for their use later in the day, and the Senate be in a period of morning business with senators permitted to speak therein for up to 10 minutes each.
Without objection.
Madam President, if there's no further business to come before the Senate, I ask that it stand adjourned under the previous order following the remarks of Senator Cassidy.
Without objection.
Man, so it's kind of crazy just to think about the fact that these bastards are actually taking time off. 38 days the government's been closed and they've been going home for the weekends while everybody suffers and starves and, all this hysteria about human suffering and human lives. But you're not actually working to try to make a deal happen while these people you care so much about are hurting, right? It's just kind of ironic. So this is like the absolute best news I've gotten all week. Now, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out because one of two things is going to happen. Either one, they're going to negotiate, which means cave, and give concessions to Chuck Schumer and the Democrats, giving everything that they want so that they'll, end the filibuster, and then we can open the government again. Or they're going to go full-blown nuclear option, what Trump has been pressuring them to do for about a week now. Kill the filibuster, open the government with a simple 51 majority, which we have, and then not only can you open the government, but you can full-blown accelerate the Trump agenda at light speed for as long as the Republicans remain in power in the House and Senate. And I don't know which way things are going to go, but I have a hunch because, well, I wasn't born yesterday, and I've seen a time or two where the Republicans like to bend over and take it up the butt from the Democrats and let them steamroll us. And even when they're the minority party and they're not controlling the House or the Senate, still get their way. And then the Republicans will just turn around and blame the Democrats for why everything sucks and act like they had no power to do anything about it. I've seen that happen once or twice. And it's really hard to, get everybody on board to nuke the filibuster when you have these defectors like Lisa Murkowski and Senator Thune and several others. They don't want to do it. And there's a good reason why they don't want to do it. And it's not because they're afraid the Democrats will go on a revenge tour once they get power again. The real reason they don't want to do it is because it's their scapegoat as to why nothing gets done. It's the reason why, every time they try to do something drastic, well, the Democrats, they use the filibuster and then we have to go back and forth forever and ever. And then somebody has to cave here. And that's why nothing gets done. That's why everything moves so slowly, because with the filibuster in play, we need a 60-vote majority to get any real legislation across the finish line. That's why nothing gets done. That's why nothing drastic ever happens, because every time we try to pass a real bill, there's always, the filibuster, and then we have to make concessions and get Democrats to come to the other side of the aisle and agree with us, And the only way to do that is to take the real stuff out and put a bunch of BS pork in the bill that the Democrats want. And so that's kind of been the main obstacle within the Senate for a long time. And it's something that we need to really take a closer look at, because the reality is Trump is right when he says that the moment the Democrats take power again, that's the first thing they're going to do. And how do we know that? Well, because they already tried it last time they were in power. And we know that they got rid of their defectors as well. So there's nothing standing in their way now. And what are they going to do once they nuke the filibuster? They're going to pack the Supreme Court. We know that they've wanted to do that for a long time, but they haven't been able to because they had their defectors, which wouldn't allow them to nuke the filibuster, which means that they couldn't pack the Supreme Court. So what they want to do is add 9 extra Supreme Court justices, all appointed by a Democrat president, and then they've completely reshaped and restructured the Supreme Court that's always going to support their agenda and shut down anything that the Republicans ever try to do to stop it. They're going to add D.C., they're going to add Puerto Rico as states, which gives them 4 extra Senate seats. They're going to get electoral college votes, and the Republicans will never regain power again. So the stakes here are ungodly high. There's absolutely no room for error here. We have one final chance for the Republicans to do something drastic and accelerate the Trump agenda while they have a shot. Because what's going to happen soon is the midterms. And what do we know about elections? Well, we know that there's some shenanigans that happen. Just go look at California. They just passed Prop 50. They're going to gain 5 new House seats. And nothing really has changed in the way elections are conducted, which means there's still problems, which means the next 2 election cycles, if that's not fixed, then chances are there's not going to be a Republican-controlled House and a Republican-controlled Senate. So when that changes, it's all gone. Now, on the other hand, if they get some balls and nuke the filibuster, then we might actually have a shot of cleaning up the elections. Then we might actually have a shot at passing some real legislation. And then we might actually retain power. Because I don't know about you, but I happen to think that if we actually had free and fair and honest and transparent elections in this country, there wouldn't be a Democrat Party, and you wouldn't have to worry so much about what happens when they get back in power and this revenge tour that they might go on if you nuke the filibuster. You see how that logic tracks? If you actually fix the problems, then you don't have to worry about them taking power back and going on a revenge tour. If you make the country great and so amazing, everybody's going to want it to continue down that same path and that same trajectory. It's very simple stuff, and for whatever reason, they just can't seem to get it together and see it the way that I see it and the way that you see it and the way everybody around them sees it. But at the very least, Donald Trump is highlighting the fact that they have the power in their hands, at their fingertips right now, to do something heroic and drastic and accelerate the agenda which we all want. So the people are now awake to the fact that this is an option, and people are starting to make noise and the pressure is on, and we got to keep it on. So ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, because we're going to be putting out videos like this all the time. And if you want to support this channel, use the promo code Nick at MyPillow.com. Save yourself some money. It's a great way to support the show. And one final question to all my subscribers out there that, follow this channel and watch all my videos. I wanted to know something from you guys. I want your honest opinion and feedback in the comments. I just finally got monetized on this channel, basically for the first time ever, because even 4 years ago, when we were uploading, YouTube would not monetize this channel. But miraculously, they have, which gives me the option to start a community and turn on memberships, which is like a monthly thing where you guys could sign up for a few dollars a month and support this channel that way, and also get some perks and like some special badges and emojis and stuff like that. A lot of other channels do it, and it's a great way to keep the lights on around here while also giving you guys some special benefits and things like that. If you guys are interested in that and you think you'd probably be one of those people, let me know down in the comments section, because I'm kind of debating on whether or not that would be worth it for me to set up. But if there are people out there that would want that, let me know down in the comments section. I'll be reading all your feedback. I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.